Lonely star in the sky, you and me.
Hi everyone, welcome to the video again. I'm going to show you what I've been sharing on my Patreon. Okay, so mainly what I do there is share some chops that I make and chops that I sample from other artists. Obviously, what I do is sample from vinyl, cassette, YouTube. So I cut everything that I find from other artists, then I make music with that, and I also put that onto Patreon so everyone can use it as well. Everything that I cut from other artists, that's not royalty free. Obviously that goes to tier 1, so you can be in tier 1 and just pay $1. And I do use the MPC. This is the MPC head channel, but these are samples, so anyone can go in there and grab those cuts. It doesn't matter whether you have an MPC or if you have any other type of sampler. You can use those cuts for yourself, for your music, so it's super easy to just import them. You'll get cuts like this. These are very simple loops that I've made. So these type of things that I do, these are royalty free. These belong to tier number 2. Okay, so tier number 2, it's all down to royalty free samples. And mostly I go for chops. I like to create chops. I do make loops as well, but I prefer to just create chops. That's just my workflow, the way I work. And most of the things that I create for Patreon are actually things that I use myself in my music. What I do is every month I bring in an instrumentalist. So it could be a guitarist, a piano player, a voice, whatever it is, saxophone, trumpet. And I have these packs that I've been creating along. I've been making chops from these instruments that I've been recording. So each month I have a new instrument that I cut. Normally it's an hour session. I cut everything and I put that out straight, like really the raw cuts from it. All the cuts go on to Patreon, and then it's up to you what you want to use or not. So that's one of the packs that I always put out every month on tier 2. After that, I make 1 or 2 packs, which is called Marco Chops, Chef Marco Chops, and that's made from a bunch of samples that I have, all royalty free. So not just from the instrument that's for the month, but all the cuts that I have, I mix them together and I create chops and things like this. Other pack as well that I create is made from drum loops and bass loops. Okay, you can listen to those. Here I have the expansion.
You're talking to the machine.
So it's a pack that contains drum loops, bass loops, and they come with some samples here and there. And I've now introduced a new pack for Patreon, tier number 2, which is a finger drumming pack. That's for finger drummers, and you can just upload that onto your MPC. And if you're doing using MPC, you can load it up. You have all the samples, just load them up onto your sampler, and you can start drumming away. That's what I share on my Patreon. Basically, a bunch of stuff. Things that for tier number 1, I try to put every day a new set of cuts for tier number 1 almost every day. I'm not going to say every day because I don't have a schedule on that, and it's just $1, so I don't really care too much as long as I keep dropping content in there. People are happy. I haven't had anyone say otherwise. So I have that. Tier number 1 gets tons of cuts, but they're all not royalty free, things that I share with them. And you can just go there if you want to support the channel. You can just go in there and just put $1 in there a month, and it helps. That helps the channel to grow. So that's it. It's a pleasure to make all this. I love to create cuts. Patreon is really down. My Patreon is really down to chops, really small cuts, things like that. For everyone that is curious about Patreon, if you want to support the channel, if you want to get cuts, if you want to get chops, content for you to produce, to make music, just join my Patreon. I put the content in there regularly. And for the ones that are in there already, thank you so much for your support. You guys are the best. You've been helping out everything that I do with music for the past, I would say, year. The channel is growing slowly, but it is growing, all thanks to everyone that's watching the videos and that's supporting me on Patreon. So major shout out to all of you. Thank you so much. I'm going to leave you with the packs that I made for this month, the finger drumming packs. I'm going to play you a little bit. I'm not a finger drummer, so it's not going to be great, but you can hear the samples and you see if you like it or not. That's it. Thank you very much. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.
Lonely star in the sky. You and Lonely star in the sky. You and